Hi folks, a very good morning to you. You join me here on the banks of the River Ancombe in Brigg, North Lincolnshire. Well, it's been about a week, 10 days since I was last here, and for those that watched my last video, well, the catastrophe that was my last video, you'll remember that trying to inflate my kayak was I won't say exactly what I feel or what I thought at the time, but it was it didn't happen, did it? The diaphragm actually went in my pump, and my day was over before it had started. So just want to show you in the back of my van. I just want to swing this camera around. Lessons have been learnt. I now have two brand spanking new pumps, so I've always got a spare. Yeah, probably a bit of a rookie error really, not having a second pump, because it actually ruined my day. I was really looking forward to having a paddle, but there you go. You know, you sort of learn by your mistakes, I guess. So unless I'm very unlucky, I don't envisage any problems like that moving forward. So today I'm in my Itty-Wit X100, so I'm going to get this bad boy pumped up, and I'm going to go off for a paddle in that direction. Well folks, once again a very good morning to you. I'm just on my local stretch of water, the River Ancombe, but this time I've driven about 30 minutes from my house to a village called Brig in North Lincolnshire. It's a stretch of river that I've wanted to paddle for since I got my kayak, actually, about 8 months ago, something like that. Never really had the chance. When I got my kayak, it was in the height of summer, and this river was just literally green. It was just weed everywhere, and it stunk. So I didn't envisage it to be an enjoyable experience really, so I thought, well, I'll wait until sort of spring, and here I am. And it's a lovely morning. I got up really early this morning. The time is, it's 6:30. There's literally no one around. There's not a breath of wind. It's absolutely lovely to be out on the water. Beautiful morning. So the plan today is we're going to have a paddle round what's known Brigg Island, find somewhere to stop, maybe cook some breakfast, and then get back to the van and back home, as I have a lot of decorating to do. So really I shouldn't even be out paddling today, but I'm going to enjoy it for the next couple of hours and see what lies in front of me, because I've never even walked this loop. I don't know whether you can walk this loop, so yeah, quite exciting. Don't know what to expect, but let's explore. Some of these boats do look pretty darn impressive. Yeah, look at that one. More aerials than the BBC, that one. There we have River Witch, unusual name. And we have this one, we're coming up to this dark blue one, Largo. That reminds me a little bit like a sort of trawler. It's got that kind of look to it. Garden bench at the I don't know if you can see that, they've got a garden bench to sit on there. Very inventive. But I have to say, there's some lovely cruisers here. I suppose it would be nice to sort of poodle out onto the sea and sort of sit on there and enjoy the sun. Yeah, looking at some of these boats, I've often thought about actually buying a little river cruiser, you know, and having it moored up somewhere, something that, you know, you could spend a weekend on and maybe explore a little bit more challenging water. But I don't know whether I'd probably get bored with it. I enjoy coming out and, you know, pumping up the kayak and paddling. And I think, given the choice of spending a weekend on a little river cruiser or spending the weekend maybe in Norfolk paddling, I think for me it's a no-brainer. Mallards. Alright, so now I'm away from that bridge. It should, I hope, get a little bit more peaceful. Yeah, so today I'm in my Itty X100 two-seater. Absolutely love this boat. It's got loads and loads of room. It's so versatile. I think I probably said before, you know, just to come out for a paddle on your own, it's just effortless. An overnight camp, tons of room in the front, tons of room in the back. Got a little cargo net on the back as well. Honestly, you can get so much, you know, kit in here without feeling kind of cramped, which is not a feeling that I personally like. It's so stable. It glides through the water really straight, and you know, you kind of stop paddling and it just goes in a straight line. It's a brilliant kayak. I'm so pleased with it. I cannot praise it enough. It's one of the more shrewder investments I've made, because I do make some blunders, kind of spur of the moment purchase sometimes, and I think to myself, oh dear, another mistake. Drives my wife mad, but I won't admit to it, of course. I always put a lot of thought do a lot of research before I purchase anything. Don't we all, lads? Yeah, it's nice here. Just sort of spinning the boat around, having a look. There's a, I don't know whether you can see, just up here, there's a nice little picnic area. That would make a nice wild camping site. Let's just hold that camera up, wouldn't it? I don't think I'd get away with it though. Too many boats moored up. But a nice thought. Yeah, I think there's a few people actually staying in these boats because there's cars parked adjacent to them, but and curtains drawn. So, but I can't see any life. I think everybody's probably had a skinful last night and sleeping it off. A few joggers and a few dog walkers, but by and large, really quiet. Morning. So we're coming, paddling towards the heart of Brig. In the distance there, you can see my first swan of the day. Let's hope he's a kind one. He's not going to attack me. Otherwise he'll get the end of my paddle on his nose. Bless him. You know, one of the things that sort of strikes me about this paddle so far is no litter. I've not seen a McDonald's, a KFC. Having said that, I'm not sure there is a McDonald's or KFC here in Brig. But nothing, no beer cans, no pop cans, no bottles. It really is a well kept sort of little area, which is nice to see. Really makes a change. Yeah, nice little narrow boat. So this is rather pretty. A few mallard ducks there. Morning. Are you alright? As I'm going that way, I'm going to leave you alone. Let's see. Okay, nice little area this. Very pretty. Heart in mouth time. Yeah, this really is a rather pleasant stretch of water. Really, really nice. Yeah, so actually I've been paddling, what's the time? Coming up 7:30, so I've been paddling for about 60 minutes. And there's been some nice scenery, some nice views. Them boats back there, some of them were incredible. Bit of wildlife that I'm always looking for. But now I'm kind of heading out of Brigg, going south around the island. Right, so I'm just trying to find somewhere to stop off and excuse me, grab some breakfast. The one thing I would say about the River Anchor, I've kind of paddled a few different stretches of it, and the one downside to it is there's not many places where you can actually get out of the kayak and stretch the old legs. Very, very limited. You know, and I've been looking for about 20 minutes for somewhere to kind of stop. Can't find anywhere. There's a lot of nettles at the minute. There are areas but which I guess probably in the winter would be okay, but there's a hell of a lot of nettles, and sod that, I'm gonna get stung. But I think I can see a place up there in the distance that may serve a purpose. So full steam ahead, 3 miles an hour, because I am getting peckish. I hope the camera has picked that up as a muntjac deer. There it goes, hopping around. Maybe you can see that. Oh, that's the first for me. Finally found a little area to stop off and have something to eat. So let's get cracking, get fed and watered, and then we're not got too far to get back to the van actually. So I'll have some breakfast and have a paddle back, and I'm looking forward to this. just made a cup of coffee and cooked some breakfast. It's just one of these sort of cheap Tesco all day breakfast, although there are other supermarkets that do the same sort of thing. Quite like this one. It's really cheap and it's got loads of beans and sausages in. It's I can't fault it really for what I pay for it. A tad on the hot side, but yeah, it's been a good paddle this. I just wanted to check my Garmin just to see. I've been paddling for about 2.5 hours, but to be fair, I've deviated from the planned route because, as I said, I think earlier on, there were areas that you know, look quite promising from a distance for a bit of wild camping, so I wanted to go and investigate those areas. None of them were really kind of suitable. There were probably, you know, 1 or 2 places that perhaps I could have considered, but it's just trying to find somewhere to get out the kayak that's just full of sort of stinging nettles and higher banks. So again, just not really sort of practical when you're trying to, you know, cart load of camping gear overnight, bit of kit. So yeah, just not really found anywhere. So never mind, there are other places that are on the agenda to go and look at in the near future. So it's nice and peaceful this morning. There's really no one around. What's the time? It's about coming up sort of 10 to 9. Hardly seen anybody. It's been a lovely paddle. Really peaceful. So I'm gonna scoff down my breakfast, pack away, jump back in the kayak and get back to the van. So catch up with you in a bit. That's me fed and watered. I've got a feeling that I've got maybe a puncture in my side, one of the side walls on this kayak. I've just had to just before I set off there, I had to put some more air in. It went down quite a bit actually. Which is a bit disappointing, so I'm going to have to keep my eye on that and get the old puncture repair kit out. It's something not right, that is for sure. So just on the way back now to the van, so I'll catch up with you. So get back to the leisure centre in Brig. It's been an absolutely brilliant paddle, really enjoyed it. Breakfast was a bit of a disaster, but that's another story. But other than that, it's been a lovely paddle, nice early morning one for me. I'm getting more and more into these sort of early morning starts. You tend to see a lot more wildlife. Earlier on there was a muntjac deer that was bounding down this embankment, and whilst I was having breakfast it kind of jumped into the water and swam across the river. disappeared and then jumped in and swum back. So I've never seen that before. Brilliant swimmers, I have to say. Really impressed with the way it swam. With that struggle to get out on the far bank there, but he did do it. Incredible. So I'm just about to dock HMS Harris. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. It's a new channel, and by subscribing it gives me the motivation to come out and do these videos for you. Comments are much appreciated. Anything that I can do better, willing to learn. I am a beginner. So anything where I can improve, I'm all up for that. Until the next time, happy kayaking.